Good afternoon to you, Priscilla Naloga, and good afternoon. Now, the PFF today held a press conference where they highlighted the number of issues that emerged last year, 2024, crossing up to 2025, especially the fact that as we gear into a political year, and a number of issues were highlighted, of course, including the ongoing court case of the founder, Dr. Kizza Besigye, and we did understand that in the process of the conference, actually, the lead counsel, Martha Karua, was granted a practicing certificate, and any time from now she's expected to address the media on details follow. But out of that, other issues were, raised, particularly the tweets that have been making rounds by the first son, especially in person of the CDF, and now I am joined by the interim leader of the PFF, Elias Lukwago himself, to shed highlight on what he thinks about, the political turmoil in the country, the state of politics, but also these particular tweets that you have decried. What do you make of these tweets, especially at the time that we now gear into the political season?
Well, they are quite ominous about the political trend we are having as we usher in the new year 2025, because they are coming from a very senior military officer, actually a CDF, a person who is in charge of the security apparatus in the country. They can't be taken lightly. All the threats he's issuing, he has the capacity to execute them, especially those against us. Obviously, there are those which are outlandish, like the threat against the ambassador of the US, Sudan, Kenya, but those against the opposition, especially the critiques of the family rule.
Yes.
Those are very, very serious ones, because they tie in too well with the agenda of his father, entrenchment of a family rule. His father has been categorical also in his message that, look, General Court Martial is now a torture chamber, is easy tool, a tool weaponized to persecute the opposition. He has made it very categorical that even when you are taken to the civilian courts, you cannot appeal. I mean, you cannot get bail. That's what he has said. Should
that worry you as political actors in the opposition sect?
Well, it's a worrying situation not only to opposition but Ugandans, because it doesn't portend good for the political trajectory of this country, especially in this volatile year, which is a political year. We are heading into elections, and he continues to clamp down on the opposition. The fact that Dr. Kizza Besigye spent Christmas and the entire festive season in jail over trumped-up charges, and we have information, which is on good authority, that actually the mission is to execute him, going through that perfunctory trial, that actually it's not about getting justice, no, but just taking him through the process of trial, and thereafter he's executed. That is their mission. So that is a cause for worry to all of us. Obviously, it is not going to deter us from pursuing the mission of rescuing the state from the captivity where it is and restoring the sovereignty of the people of Uganda. But definitely, one way or the other, it impinges on the activities and programs that we are executing as a people.
Let's talk about Martha Karua, your lead counsel in the ongoing Kizza Besigye and Haji Obedlu Tale case. She has jetted into the country, we understand, and as you did address, information came in that the Uganda Law Council has granted her a practicing certificate, something that you've been pushing for all the times you've gone to court. Now that she has been granted, what are your expectations?
Well, one thing you need to appreciate and understand, Dr. Kizza Besigye's case has got an international dimension. It's no longer a matter for the locals here. It's no longer domestic here. It's international in nature. It is attracting attention of different actors, especially in the area of social justice and human rights generally. So Martha Karua is representing all those forces and interests, and it's good. She's going to address the nation on the steps that we are going to take, the mobilization that has been made. So far, so many lawyers have come on board. We are glad that now we have jumped this hurdle, because previously it had really perturbed us that the law council had advanced those reasons that she has no value to the actually she comes with no special skill to this struggle, and her participation in the case has some political connotation. We thought those were frivolous issues, but I'm glad they had to rescind that decision, and I commend them for the decision they have taken. But going forward, definitely now we are going to have the legal team fully constituted with Martha Karua as the senior counsel in charge, and now we line up all the activities that we are going to undertake in pursuit of justice for Dr. Kizza Besigye. But bottom line, it's not about justice for Dr. Besigye, but a commitment we have made to dismantle this general court martial, because it's tool number one in the arsenal of General Kaguta Museveni for the persecution of his political opponents and the critiques of the family rule.
Thank you so much, Elias Lukwago. Priscilla, that has been the interim leader of the PFF, and as you know now, as we all know, Martha Karua has been granted a practicing license. Of course, court does resume tomorrow. We wait to follow the proceedings with a keen eye.